I don't know about you guys, but for me, I never really take body photos of myself for social media. I mean, I barely even take photos of my face and put it online. In fact, I really just don't at all. For one, I don't know. I just feel like the camera makes me look so weird and much more uglier than I look in person. And for two, I really just don't like comparing myself to other influencers and other people I see in general online. But sometimes it's just inevitable. And if I do end up comparing myself and my own pictures to these gorgeous people online with no flaws and the perfect body, it kind of discourages me from even trying to make an effort to post. I think in the years around 2015, people were just getting away with so many photoshopping of their own photos because cancel culture back then didn't really exist. But now in 2024, people are getting called out 24/7 because we're just not letting influencers get away with morphing their bodies anymore. So apparently there's this influencer called Julia Ernst, and she's been getting dragged on TikTok because she is heavily editing her photos. And right off the bat, when I looked up her TikTok and Instagram, I was speechless. Like, how do people get this small and toned? Like, the fact that there are people walking this earth right now that look like that, insane. So obviously Julia fits into the modern day beauty standards, and she has, of course, hundreds and thousands of followers across her platforms. And it looks like I'm not the only one who's shocked about how her body looks, because I went to the comment section of one of her videos and I see a comment saying, "This video made me feel like Walmart." Actually, I don't think I'm hungry. And just when I'm happy with how I look, I'm sad now. Me crying like a shaped cereal box. Anyway, so Julia Ernst is the typical run-of-the-mill influencer, and she had her pictures taken by a professional photographer, but on her Instagram, she edited them. On her Instagram, she altered the photo to make her body look thinner. And after people found out about what she did, they started to realize that a lot of her photos were fake. And as soon as people called her out on this, she deleted the photo. My thing is, if you're innocent and you didn't do anything wrong, then why are you deleting your photos when someone calls them out? Like, something just isn't adding up here. So she posted this picture of her on her Instagram, and obviously her body looks a little disproportionate in this photo. Like, this looks kind of suspicious. Now, these side-by-sides definitely seal the deal. There is no way any waist can be that small. You're telling me all her organs, her liver, large and small intestine, stomach, etc. is gonna fit in that small, tiny space? I don't think so.
This photoshopping scandal of the Ernst twins has flooded my For You page, and I had to talk about it. At first, I was like, okay, maybe it's like one allegation, like maybe it's not true. Then there was a second, then there was a third, and there's so much evidence out there. I'm just gonna let it play in the background. If you think losing the weight or getting your dream body is gonna make you confident, it is not. Like, these girls have a 0.001% physique and they still are not happy with it. They have to Photoshop to make themselves feel better. It is terrible, and confidence comes from within. If you didn't love yourself before, you're not gonna love yourself after. Not only that, but it's incredibly sad to see them being like role models for younger girls, and like this is what they look up to. Like, look at this. Like, that's just giant. Like, I'm surprised people aren't orbiting around that ass. It's so big. This is incredibly sad to see, and it also runs like rampant in the fitness industry. Terrible to see, and I don't mean to like highlight their insecurities, but other girls need to know, like, this is not real.
Like, this is literally so unbelievable. And we have the side-by-side to prove that that is not what you really look like. No one's waist is that tiny. And Julia actually has a twin, Caitlin Ernst, and of course she looks exactly the same, perfect, really tiny figure. And they posted a video together, and you can see on Caitlin's face the glitching filter that is on it. Why are these extremely tiny people photoshopping themselves? Like, Julia obviously fits in the modern day beauty standards, yet it is so sad that she's still morphing her body into something even more unrealistic. These people are part of the reason why the beauty standards are set so high, and I'm betting to think that all the young girls following her, because I honestly think she's only like 19 years old, think that this is the body that you have to have in order to be considered pretty.
Okay, here's like my Ernest twin hot take from the perspective of a 17-year-old girl. So like, don't get me wrong, I think they're so pretty and gorgeous, but like I have ambivalent feelings about them because of their like photoshopping and the fact that they deny it and stuff, and they say like if someone else's body like bothers you, then you're like a loser and you should get off the internet. But it's like, they need to realize they're setting unrealistic beauty standards, and it's really messed up and twisted, because then people like me who are younger like see that and have self-esteem issues, because we're like, my waist can never be that small. Like, That's not, because it's not possible. It's a fake image. For example, here's a photoshopped image of me. Like, that is not physically possible. Like, my waist being that small is not possible. And it's just kind of sad that they photoshopped their images because they're already so pretty. But, like, I feel like I just had to speak on it because it literally, like, before I knew they were photoshopped, I was like, my waist could never be that small. Even though I'm literally, like, the lightest weight I can be because I have a really fast metabolism, I could never have, like, the waist they have. And that just puts out, their pictures put out unrealistic expectations, and it's just toxic.
Our next contestant is Olivia Dunne. Olivia is the highest paid female athlete student in the nation, has millions of followers across her platforms combined, and is another one of your typical fitness influencers with the dream body. Yet she too uses Photoshop to edit her body. She has been on multiple magazine covers, and whenever she puts them on her Instagram, she changes them. Like, almost every Instagram picture she has is photoshopped.
Now, I normally wouldn't do an account like this, but I think her reach is so broad and her account following is so young that she probably shouldn't be editing all of her photos like this. Like, you should know better. In nearly every single photograph, she squeezes her waist in from the back or the front. Like here, let's look behind her waist. You'll notice this siding is not straight at all. It's because she crunched her waist. Here's an example where she did it from the side. Now, if you didn't have a reference photo, this photo would look perfectly normal. But let's zoom in first. All right, chair looks perfectly normal, right? She actually posted 2 photos so we can compare the chairs in the background. And when you do so, yeah, it's not supposed to bend like that, Olivia. And this one, our caption goes, working hard or hardly working? Judging on how you pulled that door in, I'd say hardly working. I mean, it's just every photo. Look at the crown molding here. That shit ain't supposed to bend out. You have millions of young women following you. It's kind of your duty to not do this. These young women will want to look like you. And you can't even look like you without Photoshop. So where does that leave them?
Like, this girl is so obsessed with her looks. She is editing her hair. Like, girl, like, what is wrong with this photo? Her hair looked fine. Like, what are you doing? She's an athlete, so she obviously has a more toned and tinier body. So what is the need to change and morph your body? Like, even though, yes, of course, like, lying about your body and photoshopping it is bad, if she didn't fit into the modern day beauty standards, I could at least understand. But for this instance, I don't understand why, because she does check all the boxes. When it comes to Julia and Olivia, this is what they're teaching the younger generation, that your body simply just isn't good enough for social media, and the only way to become popular is to just change your body and then lie and delete the photo as soon as someone comments on it. This is just sad. And the thing is, I've only talked about 2 girls. There are hundreds of other women on social media accounts that have millions of followers that are changing their body. I just feel bad for the younger people because they simply, like, don't know the difference. They're probably not even aware that people online are doing this to themselves. This is just a friendly reminder that the internet is fake. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and leave your comments and opinions down below. And I hope to see you guys next week for my next video. Bye, guys.